Hello and welcome back to another lecture from organic chemistry. We are talking about the electrocyclic reaction. Last lecture, I said if we are using heat, it depends to how many pi bonds we are dealing with. The rotation, it can be same direction. In that case, we call it conrotatory or opposite of each other, and we call them disrotatory. So in disrotatory, imagine one of them is moving clockwise and the second counterclockwise. So that's going to be disrotatory. But if they are moving same direction, whether they are moving clockwise or counterclockwise, if they're moving same direction, we call them conrotators. They are moving opposite of each other. Okay. And what's the science behind it? The science behind it, we are trying to take a pi bond, turn it to a sigma bond, because that's the electrocyclic reaction. And the electrocyclic reaction will take two p orbital and rotate them in a way that they will have head-to-head interaction in order to get sigma interaction. So for example, in this case, if we call this one plus and here that one plus, and we're going to move both of them in the same direction in order to have the red phases or red lobes are facing to each other, and that's going to be constructive interference. It will give us sigma. So we managed to turn pi bond to sigma bond. We summarize it as this. We said in the presence of heat, if we're dealing with 6 pi electrons, what does it mean? 6 p orbital, or 3 double bonds. Okay, 3 double bonds. In that case, the rotation, it will be disrotatory. But if we are dealing with 4 p orbitals or 2 double bonds, and then 2 double bonds, the rotation, it will be conrotatory. And now I'm gonna, as I said in the previous lecture, I'm gonna replace heat by light and see what will happen. But I know one thing. I know that's like until now, I need to play with the HOMO orbital. Okay, the loop of the the loop or the p orbitals and the HOMO orbital, I'm gonna move them in a way that they will be facing each other in order to get sigma interaction. So let's zoom on the HOMO orbital. Okay, imagine we have such a molecule that it has 2 electrons inside HOMO, and we are giving energy to it. And the energy we are applying light. So I'm going to say equal to h nu. The highest occupied orbital, we call it HOMO, and the lowest unoccupied orbital, we call it LOMO. Now, what will happen if I give it energy? Energy will be taken by the electron, and the electron will go to a higher orbital. So one of them stay as it is, while on the second orbital, now we will have one electron that is facing down. Let's name them. Which one do you want to call it HOMO? Remember, HOMO is the highest occupied molecular orbital. And which one is going to be the highest occupied, regardless of whether you have 1 or 2 electrons in it? The highest occupied orbital, it will be this. So that's going to be the HOMO. So as you see, HOMO now shifted from the first one to the second orbital. And where is LOMO? LOMO is going to be there. And remember, always we can have more than one empty, at least for organic molecules, pretty sure you have more than one empty orbital. And now the lowest unoccupied orbital, it will be another one, and like a bit higher. Okay. But before I go to next slide, I want to zoom on number of nodes. And on the left side, I said N1, N2, N3. Those are showing you level of energy. We are using N-1 to figure number of nodes. Okay, so I'm going to say number of nodes equal to N-1. Let's repeat this one for each one. Okay, when N equal 1, level of the number of nodes, 1 minus 1, 0 node. So no node. And for the LOMO, we're going to say we have 2 minus 1, we're going to see 1 node. Okay, now on the right side, we send the electron to a higher orbital, and that's going to be the second level of energy. So our HOMO on the right side is sitting on the second level of energy. So I go 2 minus 1. This time I have a node. Okay, look, I have a node. Well, before I didn't have any node for the HOMO. Okay, and how about the LOMO? LOMO used to have only 1 node. Now we say 3 minus 1. Why 3? Because it belongs to the third level of energy. So I go 3 minus 1. That's going to give me 2 nodes. Well, before I had only 1 node. So whenever we send the electron, like photochemically, we send the electron to higher orbital, we are also increasing number of nodes. And that's going to change the stereochemistry of the product. And this is going to be the subject of our lecture. Okay, so if we're dealing with the ground state, or like in the heat, like we are applying, just heat instead of photons, and we will have only 2 nodes whenever the molecule has 3 pi bonds. The second you apply, light to it, you send the electron to a higher level, and the nodes from 2 it will turn to 3. And now, when I want to have like a sigma interaction, and the first one I'm gonna move this one counterclockwise. Well, the second one I'm gonna move the second one. Yeah, like the first one on the left, I'm going to move it counterclockwise. And how about this one? This one also, I'm going to move it counterclockwise. So the rotation, again, is going to be the same direction. And I'm going to call it conrotatory. Okay. Whenever we have light rotation, it will be conrotatory if you're dealing with 6 p orbital. Well, in the presence of heat, if you check your note for 6 p orbital or 3 double bonds, and rotation will be this rotatory. But in the presence of light, it will be con-rotatory. Okay, let's tackle this subject with more example. So first molecule, again, I have two substituents facing outside. I have 3 double bonds. Now I'm going to say I need to figure the highest occupied molecular orbital. The highest molecular orbital, we said if you are dealing with heat. If you are dealing with heat, okay, it's going to be simply equal to number of pi bonds. So HOMO, it will be the 3rd orbital. And then you say n minus 1. So 3 minus 1, it will be 2 nodes. But if you are using light, H nu, okay, because you're adding 1 orbital, you send the electron to higher orbital. I have 3 pi bonds. So the 4th orbital, it will be the HOMO. In that case, I go n minus 1, 4 minus 1, I will have 3 nodes. Okay, 3 nodes. And because we are running the reaction in the presence of light, so I need to show 3 nodes. And first node, I'm going to put it, let's say, first node, we can put it here. I go first node here, next here, another one, I will put it there. Okay, let's show the p orbital. So we have p orbitals there. Now remember, we have 3 nodes. Okay, so I go this one yellow, and then this one is going to switch to down yellow. Okay, and this one yellow, and then here we have a node. Okay, let me show the nodes in order not to confuse ourselves. And so one of our nodes was here, and the second node was there, and the third node we put it here. Okay, so that means these two, they will have the same color. And now we will switch this one and this one to go down yellow. Okay, now I want these two to be facing to each other with the same faces. And let's highlight them yellow. How should I rotate them? Okay, in this case, this orbital, it will be clockwise. And how about the second one? Second one also, we're going to rotate it clockwise. So both in the same direction, rotating the same direction. So this is one, the rotation is going to be con-rotatory. Now, what will happen to the methyl? The one on the left, it will go up. So this one, it will be up. How about this methyl group? It will go down. And what will happen to the double bonds? One double bond, it will go there. This double bond here, and that double bond is going to go there. So we get 2 double bonds, and here you go, 2 double bonds and 1 sigma. Let's show the final product. Final product is going to be something like this: 2 double bonds, and one of the methyl went up. So here you go, up. Another methyl went down. There goes CH3, CH3. Okay, I got trans. And when we start with, say, 6p orbital, and if we apply light, we get trans, okay, for the substituent. Now, let me go to the previous lecture and really click on the same molecule in the presence of heat and see what we got when we applied heat. So, presence of heat, okay, it's the same molecule. When we are applying heat, we got cis product. It's exactly the same molecule. And so check the methyl groups are, far from each other, and we got cis product. Now, when we repeat the experiment with light, we get trans product. I'm going to change position of the methyls and see what will happen. Again, remember we have 3 nodes. Okay, so I go this one plus, and because I put the nodes here, there, and there, so I go plus, and then this one, it will be down here. Okay, and this one down, will be up, and then this one will be down. Okay. Again, rotation clockwise. We get these 2 double bond, one here, another double bond there. Methyl, this one will go up. How about this methyl, the one on the right side? Also, that one, it will go up. So the final product, we will get something like this. The 2 methyls will be in the same direction, and both are facing up. There you go. CH3, CH3. We got cis, and because the rotation was the same in direction, I'm going to call it con-rotatory. Okay. Now, what will happen if I change number of the pi bonds? Let's switch it from 3 to 2 double bonds. So I'm going to change it to 2. And this time, okay, I'm going to say that here, the third orbital will be the HOMO. Okay, because I'm using light, the third orbital, it will be the HOMO. Okay, and so we are exciting the electron, and we send it to higher orbital. So I go 3 minus 1, I will have 2 nodes. Okay, let's show the 2 nodes. One node is going to be here, another node is going to be there. So that means we show the p orbital there. We'll have plus down here, and this one, it will be plus. Now I want these two to face each other with the same color. So I will have yellow here, yellow there. And in order to have sigma interaction, I need to move this one on the right. Let's say, sorry, the one on the right, I'm going to move it counterclockwise. And how about the one on the left has to move clockwise? So the rotation will be this rotatory. Methyl on the left, it will go up. And the one on the right side, because we are rotating the molecule counterclockwise, this one also, it will go up. Okay, and how about the position of new double bond? Remember, we're going to use one pi bond. We'll put it one pi bond. We'll put it here, establish sigma bond. And this one is going to move there. So we will have a double bond there. And here you go, a double bond here. 2 methyl groups are facing same direction. So we will get cis product. Okay. Can I change the position of the substituent? Okay. Now the methyls are reaching each other. Again, we have 2 nodes. One node, let's put it here. The second node is there. And again, I go plus, and that one plus. Now I'm going to put these two facing each other. We're going to have a double bond somewhere there. Okay. I'm going to move this group to the right side, clockwise, and that one, it will be counterclockwise. So I will have this rotator. And the previous one also was this rotatory, okay? Because we have only 2 pi bonds. And what will happen with the methyl? This methyl will go down, and we are moving this one this direction. So that methyl also will go down. Okay. Okay, let's see. The one on the left side, because we are rotating the molecule clockwise, it will go down. The one on the left side, because we are rotating the molecule counterclockwise, also it will go down. So I get these two pointing, forgive me, both facing down, CH3, and of course, we'll have a double bond there. Okay, now let's compare this one with whenever we had the heat instead of light. So in this case, both of them are facing down. If I go back, okay, it's the same molecule. As you see, the methyl groups are close to each other. One is up, one down, whenever we are using heat. But in this case, product that we got both in the same direction, and we got cis instead of trans product. So if I want to summarize whatever I said for last 2 lectures, is going to be something like this. It depends how many pi orbitals we are dealing with, and whenever we are using heat. If the rotation, if we are dealing with 4 pi bonds, rotation, it will be counter-rotatory. And whenever we are using 4, but if we switch to 6 rotation, it will be dis-rotatory. So the first one, they will rotate same direction, while the second one, they will rotate opposite of each other. Now, if you take this same number of, orbitals, p orbital, this time change it to photochemical instead of thermal, and rotation is going to be opposite. So in this case, the counter-rotatory, it will turn to dis-rotatory. What does it mean? It means one of them clockwise, while the second one, it will be counterclockwise. And whenever you are dealing with 4 pi electrons. But if you switch to 6, this time, the rotation, it will be the same direction. It will be counter-rotatory, whether they are clockwise or counterclockwise. And if they are moving same direction, and we call it counter-rotatory. So what I want you to zoom on it is going to be number of pi bonds plus the sign that you see here to see whether heat or light. Okay. First, assign number of pi bonds you are dealing with. The second thing, check whether you are using heat or light. And heat, sometimes you will see this sign, which means heat. Okay. And that's going to be the end of this lecture. And thank you very much.